one of the best to ever do it, fighting out of Ireland.
Truth be told, I was a card girl for 10 years. So I thought the only way for me to get in the ring is to hold that card up, and then it became legal. So I thought, all right, it's time to punch faces.
Alrighty, we are back with a technical breakdown. Again, we play as the underdog, Ebanie Bridges, against the second greatest female of all time, Katie Taylor. Now, so far, I've managed to obtain a reasonable record of 36-2. However, today, we are up against the ultimate spammer, with cardio which seems to increase every round. So can I beat a spamming champion with the worst female fighter in the game? Let's find out as Ebanie Bridges takes on Katie Taylor. Enjoy. Alright guys, this should be a very tough fight. My opponent, who goes by the name of something like Kilpar Rota, has over 70 wins, which is insane. They've obviously invested a lot of time in the game, so I have to be very careful because even though in the real world, Ebanie Bridges is a fully competent boxer, she's great. But in this game, statistically, she is the worst female fighter. And she's up against essentially the equivalent of Tyson, according to Katie Taylor's stats. So I need to be on my P's and Q's. And surprisingly, I'm getting that jab, that 1-2 flowing much better than I would expect when fighting someone who has 70 wins and a high rank online. Now, I know most of you have a good fight IQ out there, at least those who are subscribed to the channel. So you tell me, based on how Katie Taylor is playing so far and how I'm able to keep my distance, do you think it's likely I'm playing someone who takes advantage of character exploits? Now, the main exploit that comes to mind, let me just be careful here, would be cardio. Okay, the ability to just continuously throw hooks and not have it negatively affect their cardio. Now, since Katie Taylor is a champion, it's very likely that she's high-powered as well. So that combination of an unhuman gas tank and knockout power means I'm in for a very difficult match. Now, I'm able to, in general, sort of stay on the outside. But as you can see, Ebanie Bridges is quite slow on the exit. So what I might start doing, there you go, I might start taking advantage of this right-hand jab where I'm able to step out as I throw it. But there's not as much power with that. And what I want to do against Katie Taylor is put her on the back foot. And I'm only going to be able to do that if I can daze her. But obviously 70 opponents have failed to do this, so I need to be extra careful. Look how crazy, how stationary she is. Okay, these are the opportunities I'm going to look for as well. You know, sort of throw hooks off beat after she's thrown a flurry of hooks. Because when our opponent engages, she's extremely flat-footed. See if I can prove my point. She goes in the center of the ring, she throws her hooks. You see, she doesn't move. So she's left for the opening. And the only time she's moving, typically, is when she's chasing me down. And that's where I'm going to catch her. You see, my counter jab is terrible. There's no real momentum or snap to it. Compared to Katie Taylor, you know, she's fighting like a man. I may make a video over the weekend just talking about this spamming technique that I'd say the majority of players use, because unfortunately the mindset of the sheep, the herd, is to win by any means necessary. So when you guys are fighting these try-hard spammers, don't show your emotions, you know, just beat them down technically. Now, of course, that's easier said than done when you're one punch away from getting knocked out. Now, there you go. She's just spamming that hook, man. Very hard to get in. She's not even timing it. She's just throwing it. Oh, you're kidding me. Now, I know it looks like a phantom punch. She did catch me. It's just a latency issue. But what am I going to do, man? We're going to have to really adapt to this. Luckily, she didn't knock me down because she was too busy throwing hooks in thin air. We'll have to see how the judges count that, because she didn't knock me down. I was just dazed. And to be honest, I'm not sure where I am with points. Because let's face it, she's been hooking me the whole round. But I will say this, guys, you know, whenever you're dazed and your opponent smells blood, you have to find a way to keep them on the back foot. And the best weapon for that is a stiff jab. Now, right now, Katie Taylor, she knows I'm a wounded animal. So I do need to establish myself in the next round. But look, I'll be honest, I do take risks sometimes, and we're going to have to take risks. We need her to know that I've got power too. Look at that. And look, she doesn't like it. It's typical with bullies, right? They know how to give it, but they don't know how to take it. And that's what I'm talking about. You know, this gives me a bit of time. She's not going to over spam, I don't think, or maybe she will. But if she's smart enough, she'll understand that I do have that ability to counter or to hurt her. And yep, and that's why now she's changed up with the jab. And look, that's a game I will win most of the time. Not necessarily with my character because she's quite slow, but I still have a good chance. Yep. You see? Completely changed up her game plan now, hasn't she? Now, if you guys watched my Undisputed review fight breakdown at the end, one key thing I said is that when my opponent couldn't match me, they tried to mimic me. And that's exactly what my opponent's doing right now. Right? Keeping her guard up high, she's throwing the jab. The speed of that jab, man. But she doesn't quite know or understand the nuances of footwork and staying off the center line. She's just trying to keep me at bay. Static in her movement. But man, that spamming hook is so dangerous. I can barely get anything off when I enter, when she's standing still. Look at that. Look at that. 7 or 8 shots. So here's the problem for many players, right? You have a spammer like this. I'm there trying to pick my shots. And, you know, I'm demonstrating my skill. But she's going to win the round. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Crazy, man. Crazy. We're going to get her. But for anyone who doesn't know about the channel, I created an Undisputed review last week. It gained a lot of praise, specifically the part where I broke down a fight I was having with an opponent. And I think a lot of you appreciated my technical play style. So this video is part 2 of a new series where I play as the underdog in every division and try to win fights that are impossible to win, especially against these players with crazy exploits where they can spam and they have very high perks. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe and like the video. The 1-2 is money. Okay, she's still got that speed, but I will say this, we're in the 4th round now, okay? And I've got a hunch she won't be able to keep this up. You know, she definitely will be able to rejuvenate, but I think there will be more opportunities to hunt her down when she's tired. Okay, what I'm going to do is change my stance. There you go, okay. All right, this might work better for me, to be honest. Nice. Now, my jab is money, but she's able to get off about 4 jabs within a second. It's insane. So let's see if we can catch an opening. Okay, so that left hook, while she's throwing the jab, my foot placement wasn't great, but just remember it. Hopefully we can get that in place for the future. Okay, so she's found a new spamming technique where what she does is she plants her feet and just throws 4 jabs at a time. And she's done a lot of damage to me, to be honest. I need to be careful. You see, everything she throws, there you go. I mean, everything she throws is so powerful. That's a standard jab. All right, we got it. We're back. But listen, let's commend her. She's still spamming, but at least she's adapting, which is something we need to do now. We need to adapt to her 5 jab combo, right? The most important thing for me is the final result. Can I find a way out of this? Can I break the puzzle? You know, if the game has exploits and people take advantage of that, that's okay for me. That's how it's always been in most fighting games. Let's show them that we can beat them even when they're cheating. Very nice. There you go. Yeah, she's pissed off now, but you know what? This is an opening for me. Although I did. As I say it, she power jabs me to the face. Now, just to explain something to you guys, okay? This isn't just about exploits. This is also about ratings and rankings and range, okay? So even if she wasn't using exploits, I'm still at a disadvantage. I'm the smaller fighter, the slower fighter, and I'm dealing with exploits, right? Now she's catching me a lot. I think let's change up the tactic. Let's block a little bit more. Let's change the footwork, stay on the outside, because she has developed a bit of a rhythm with this this 10 jab combo or 10 hook combo. So let's frustrate her and get in where we can. Okay, we're getting that I forgot what you call the walk style, but let's just call it the Roy Jones swag going. There you go. Nice. Nice. Now listen, that's a good build up. Katie Taylor's still got the power advantage, but that was a good end to the round. Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Now look, she don't like it. She don't like it. I mean, I'm saying, God, it's most likely some guy with dribble down his face. No emotions, just a deadpan face, getting his dopamine rush, exploiting plays in the game. So I want to upset him, you know. I want to break his winning streak. Because that's honestly the only way you can get emotions out of dense people like this. I do wish we had mics in this game, by the way. I think you probably hear a very different side to me. Whoa, okay. Nice. God, I wish it wasn't a phantom looking punch, but listen, we got her. We dazed her. She's so lucky I'm this slow. She's so lucky. But listen, let's see how Katie Taylor adapts. You know, we've rocked her. We've shown her that she can be damaged. Look, she's in it's like her back is against the wall, you know. She's throwing power hooks now. I mean, this is insane. Guys, listen. We're in the 6th round, right? She's been throwing hooks all day. And now she's throwing power hooks and she doesn't have to deal with any consequences. She is playing out of character. I think I've shook her up a bit. Or, you know, with 70 wins, maybe she's never been in this position. Maybe she's never had someone, especially the lowest ranked female, Ebanie Bridges, actually fight back. She's getting me good with that left hook now. Oh, very nice. It's so hard to chase her, man, because Ebanie's got these tiny arms. Keeping her sweet with that jab. But her hook is still just as explosive. She knows who's boss this round. She knows. And look, see? She doesn't like it. It's all mental games. I just want her to know that I'm confident. I want her to know in some way that I feel like I'm getting the better of her. Okay, woo! See, we're winning. We are winning this fight. That is crazy. Last 2 rounds. Very nice, man. Okay, let's try and break down the psyche of Katie Taylor now. Okay, she's behind in rounds. She knows I can counter her. See, I'm more willing to throw counters now because I've got my timing a bit down. You know, I've got the rhythm. But she's behind on points. She can't hook in the same fashion. I mean, trust me, she will hook because she doesn't have the mentality to adapt for longer than 10 seconds. She'll go back to her bad habits. But in general, she knows she needs to rack up points because she might not be able to knock me out. So what that tells me is that she's actually more of a threat now because I'm expecting more jabs. There you go. She's going to be throwing more jabs in combination with the power hooks. Whereas, of course, in the earlier rounds, she was throwing more hooks. But I'll say one thing, guys. The jabs give me more of an advantage to slip. So I've got less on the line dodging them. So let's see what we can do. I tell you what, the fundamentals are working for me, man. What's happening, boy? Ah, look at this. I can't get the knockout. Okay, I apologize for my gorilla sounds. That's what happens when I turn up the heat. And by the way, I am going to be releasing an amazing video, the best fight I've had so far this Saturday. You look out for it. Eddie Hall versus Deontay Wilder. You will hear me completely uncensored. It's one of the toughest underdog matches I've played so far. Check it out on Saturday. We're doing well. We're 7 rounds in. I'm pretty sure I won that round. But another thing, the judging scorecards, or at least the predictions, are sometimes really off. Okay, let's see how Katie's playing, because you know what? It seems like she's actually willing to try and adapt. That's often what happens with players who they've spent a lifetime sort of just doing the same thing, and once they realize it doesn't work. Ooh, she's tired. She's tired. Look at that. Oh, and look at that. Look at that. Her energy just all of a sudden came back. Crazy. Look at that. She's moving at the same speed she was playing at in round 1. And it just makes sense now, you know. She's 70 wins. 70 wins. Think about that. How many games you'd have to play to get 70 wins. And she's probably just been beating everyone who plays as a female character who maybe doesn't understand them, knowing she has this huge advantage. But listen, it's okay with me because she knows she has the advantage. So it's going to be even more embarrassing when I beat her. I mean, imagine using cheat codes and losing. Now you see those rare times where I slip punches? Listen, I would be doing that if I was a competent player. But I would be way too susceptible to getting clipped by Katie Taylor. And one bit of advice, as you guys know, I leave a lot of advice in my comment section. It would be, if you're facing someone who likes to spam, but you're a competent player as well, then body jabs all day, because you're assisting in them losing their cardio. But Ebanie Bridges is not that competent a player, so I can't really use that game plan. So for example, you see when I throw hooks, how slow they are? Now her left hook is money, if I'm of course in the right position. But outside of that, I am limited. I have a limited arsenal. Okay, we have 2 more rounds to go. I think we're up on the scorecard, guys. But the 2 biggest concerns still remain. You know, she can still knock me out in the last 2 rounds, and she can spam me to a points victory. Ooh, oh, that was money. Now that was the best well-timed hook she's thrown all game. Now, of course, I don't know if she meant it, but let's just give praise where it's deserved. Maybe she's adapting. Maybe she's learned a lesson today. You know, maybe I've helped her step up her game, but I guarantee you, after playing me, let's say I get the victory, she will play the next game looking for someone to bully, and she'll pretend this match never happened and continue to bully her opponents. Oh, come on. Where's the power? Where's the power? It's all right. It's okay. I'm going to accept these limitations that Ebanie has. The most important thing is we're schooling her in terms of the stuns, because that's what this girl is all about. She likes to stun. She might tag me, but it's the stuns that mean a lot to her. She's throwing hooks from a mile away. I mean, guys, listen, if you were to throw hooks, like just keep on throwing a left hook in midair against no opponent, that will completely exhaust you. Having to adjust your momentum. It's not like you're throwing like a left and right hook. You're throwing a hook from the same side over and over again, and then you have to pull back. It's, yeah, just like fundamental things that you think someone who is maybe guiding the developers would point out. But look, let's see if they fix these issues within the month. Okay, you know what? I'd say this was a very even round, and it's not great, to be honest, because it's very close. We have to get this win. We have to get this win. So whatever happens this round, in an ideal world, I somehow get the knockout. I mean, the key for me, guys, right, is she's catching on points, but I'm not keeping her on the back foot. So let's see if we could just take a few risks here, catch her with a counter. There you go. There you go. Okay, it was definitely one of those phantom punches again. I know they've said it's due to latency and the punches are hitting, but obviously I don't like that. But I'll take it, because she has hit me with phantom punches as well. And to be honest, the trajectory of her head was going into my left hook. Now the key is, she knows she has to win now. She knows she has to win this round for it to at least be a draw, or she needs to get the knockout. And yeah, at the same time, she's panicking. She's got her guard up. I love playing against people who really struggle to multitask. Like how to put it? Her brain is on the defense in 1 second, and then she remembers, oh yeah, I need to finish her. So then she moves forward, and then look, she moves back. I'm barely attacking her. So funny, man. It's your round to win, Katie. You've got 30 seconds to go. I've already stunned her. And she is catching me though. She's so long in comparison to Ebanie. There you go. Let's get those points. See, she's still... This is the thing, right? I go in, I jab her 2-3 times. That gives her the opportunity to overpower my jab with hooks, where she can rack up points. So it's almost a lose-lose situation. And I tell you what, if she loses this, she should be embarrassed. Yes, that's right. Oh, God. You know what? I wish this spammer would learn their lesson, but they won't, because a try-hard spammer will try hard to win by any means necessary. If you're dealing with spammers, guys, I hope this video helped somewhat. Make sure to leave a like. Also subscribe, because I have a lot more technical breakdowns to come. Look out for my ultimate underdog video on Saturday, Eddie Hall versus Deontay Wilder. Have a great weekend. Take care. Peace.